Hi, friends. Welcome to my song and talk show. And I'm really glad that you're watching my episodes on the YouTube channel and also commenting and reacting to it. Thank you so very much. For those who have not subscribed to my channel, please just hit the subscribe button. Simple. Today we'll talk about movies and how we evolved as a person through movies. When I go back to my childhood days, I can remember that I used to watch a lot of movies with my parents. Of course, my father was not a great movie buff, but yes, he did take us out to watch movies on occasions. And uh, I vividly remember watching movies like The Sound of Music, Hatari, and Gone with the Wind along with him. In particular, I remember watching Sound of Music in a theater in Chennai called Sapphire. Now, Sapphire was supposed to be the first kind of multiplex theater in the city, and I believe in India as well. And it had three theaters in one complex. One was Sapphire, one was Blue Diamond, and one was Emerald. And one of these theaters, Blue Diamond, it ran back-to-back shows, continuous non-stop shows, where one can buy a ticket at any time, get into the hall, watch whatever he wants for whatever duration he wants, and come out. So that was a kind of innovative and a very unique thing at that time. But these were not my earliest memories of films, because I remember my mother taking us out to watch movies in a theater called Venus Theater in Chennai. Most of the movies we watched were Tamil movies, and most of them I remember were either historicals or mythological movies, religious kind of movies. I can remember some of them like Kandan Karunai, Thiruvilayadal, Tillana Mohanambal, Veerappandiya Kattabomman, and so on and so forth. So at that time, my grandma, about whom I told you in one of my earlier episodes, she used to visit us occasionally and also stay with us at our house in Chennai. Now, my grandmother, despite being blind, was very keen on watching movies. So, my sister and I used to take her out for movies, drag her out for movies, in fact, or rather, she used to drag us out for movie watching. And we used to walk all the way from our house to Venus Theatre, and she would sit in the dark in theater and watch the movies as if she could see the images rather. So this was one particular memory which I had, and another interesting memory which I have of watching movies is with my uncles. The two of my uncles who stayed in Hyderabad. They were my paternal uncles on my father's side, Ramu Chitya and Srinivas Chitya. So they had, I remember, come once to visit us in Chennai, and they stayed with us for a couple of days, and they wanted to see a movie which had been released at that time, a movie called Pudiya Paravai, starring Sivaji Ganeshan and Saroja Devi. So they were quite keen on watching the movie, and so it was decided one evening that they'll take me along with them to see the movie. So we started out for the evening show. Of course, we had to walk from our house, and we kept on walking for a long time till we reached the outskirts of the city, okay, and still we couldn't see where the theater was. So, upon inquiry, we were directed towards some fields, paddy fields, in fact, and we were asked to take the path which went inside those paddy fields. So, we walked on that kacha path and finally reached a large clearing where we could see a huge sprawling tent, which was the theater. So my uncle bought us the best tickets for the movie, and we sat inside and waited for the movie to begin. Now this tent had flaps on for doors. It's doubled up as doors. So since it was evening and dark, so these flaps were lifted to keep the doors open and allow the fresh air from outside to waft into the theater. In fact, so that was one of the memorable memories which I have about watching movies, and how to what extent we can go to see movies. Right. So apart from movies in Chennai, I also remember that my father had subscribed to some kind of cultural society, which gave him two passes every month for watching either a play or it could be a classical concert. Oh. So now I used to accompany my father on many occasions to watch plays by Cho Ramaswamy, who was at that time quite famous, and even otherwise later on he was a very famous personality. Now I remember watching plays like Tuklak, and not only Cho Ramaswamy but many other leading personalities who were, they were leading personalities in the theater arena. So we used to enjoy watching plays as well. Right. My mother, let me share with you, she is an unabashed movie buff. And uh, right from our childhood, I remember her bringing us up on stories. In fact, she used to narrate a lot of stories from epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, fairy tales, children's classics like Jack and the Beanstalk, Rumpelstiltskin of the Grimm's tales, and Russian folk tales like Chestnut Grey. Well, Chestnut Grey I remember vividly because during the narration my mother would call out in a booming voice, Chestnut Grey, hear and obey. For those who don't know Chestnut Grey, Chestnut Grey is a magical horse which helps uh, the hero of the story, Ivan the Fool. So my affair with movies, however, continued and grew in momentum when we went to Delhi, when we shifted to Delhi. There, the earliest remembrances are of watching Tamil movies and morning shows in Kamal Theatre, which was in Safdarjung Enclave. It was a new theatre, a big and swanky kind of cinema hall, and they used to run Tamil movies on the weekends in morning shows. Right. And then there was Raj Talkies in a place called Mohammadpur. Now, Mohammadpur was a village. Now, Mohammadpur has been converted long ago, not now recently. Long ago, it has been converted into what is now famously known as the Bikaji Kama place. It's a huge commercial complex. At that time, it was a village, and right bang in the middle of that village was Raj Theatre, Raj Talkies. Right. Again, that was a shed kind of structure, not a permanent brick and mortar theatre, where we used to watch a lot of movies, like Tamil as well as Hindi movies. So when I think of this era, it thrills me. We used to go and watch movies at random theaters in tents, in sheds. Very funny. Now we won't find theaters like that anymore. So during my Delhi days, apart from watching movies in theaters, watching the television was also a very big event. When I was in Chennai, I had not even heard of television. So when we moved to Delhi, now I was rather surprised to see that there's something called a television, which is a small box, and one can see movies and hear songs and watch news and other programs on that small box. So at that time, very few people owned television sets, and so there was a mad race, this hunt for a place to watch television. We used to. I remember I used to go out and hang out outside the windows of some houses, some flats, which had television, and we used to see the movie or Chitrahar, watch Chitrahar from the window. In fact. So later, when I had made friends, not friends, no, I had the privilege of being taken to their home and made to sit on a chair or on the floor and watch the programs. In fact, every Sunday we used to have this Hindi movie. Some old movies used to play, but that was another exciting phase. Now, apart from the television sets, we also had movies shown in the ground. There were these mobile vans which used to come, apparently owned by the government. They used to come to big grounds in RK-Puram. I remember in RK-Puram, and they used to take out this huge projector and pitch that white screen and then run movies, mainly Manoj Kumar movies like Uppkar and Purab Aur Pachim and stuff like that, patriotic kind of movies. And Durga Pujas, during the Durga Puja festival, that at that time, at least I remember, the organizers used to run movies in the Bengali movies late in the night. So I had watched movies like Apun Jaan, which was made into Mere Apne in Hindi, and then some Satyajit Ray films also, like Gobi Gain, Baga Bain, Sonar Kela, or something like that. Yeah, I think Sonar Kela. So these were movies which I used to watch and wonder and admire and get thrilled, even without knowing the language. So it was when I reached class 9, the ninth standard in my school, that the shackles were really broken. I remember that was the time when I started watching movies like a maniac. Right? So that was the era of binge watching movies for me. So it was at that time it was the dawn of 70s, and that era was dominated by stars like Rajesh Khanna, Amitabh Bachchan, Vinod Khanna, Shashi Kapoor, Shatrughan Sinha, Firoz Khan, Jitendra, Hema Malini, Rekha, Rakhi, Zina Taman, Parveen Babi, Mumtaz, many stars at that time, all established stars. And a few new stars also emerged during that decade. Rishi Kapoor in Bobby, and then Dimple Kapadia in Bobby, Neetu Singh, Shabana Azmi, Tina Munim. All these were emerging stars. And I vividly remember that between 1974 and 1977, class 9, 10, and 11, I barely missed a movie. So, and there was a competition amongst a gang of schoolmates to break the record for watching movies first day, first show. The day it was released, the very first show. And to do that, we had to bunk school, and we did that. And we used to cycle around across the city, to theaters everywhere. Wherever we could find tickets, we used to go there and watch movies like mad, and come back and compare the record. Who had watched them, how many movies have been watched, and what was the record. So this was a phase of kind of madness. It didn't matter what the movie was. It didn't matter. I even recall watching an adult movie at that time. The adult certification was very stringent. And there was a movie called Manoranjan, which starred Sanjeev Kumar and I believe Zeenat Aman. So it was based on some French movie, and for reasons known only to the government, it was declared as an adult movie. So somehow we managed to squeeze in at that time. We had to convince uh, the gatekeeper and the manager. Perhaps I don't know how we convinced them, and they used to put this rubber stamp on your wrist saying that you are allowed, you are an adult, and you can go in and watch the movie. That's how mad we were to watch movies. Right. I also remember Hema, my cousin, visiting us in Delhi at that time, and one day he took us out to Sheila Theatre in Paharganj to watch Johnny Mera Naam. So at that time it was the super duper hit movie. So, and it was the noon show. So we bought the tickets and eagerly walked up to the gate for entry. The gatekeeper took one look at me and my sister, and he denied us entry, saying that we were not adults, so we can't watch the afternoon show. Now at that time there was this crazy rule that children below 18 will not be allowed for the noon shows. This was, I believe, to prevent boys and girls from bunking their classes and sneaking into the theaters. So my cousin went up to the manager to plead, but he would not listen. So finally, we had to sell off the tickets and rebook for the evening show, the 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock show, the matinee show. So we had time on our hands, so we went to Connaught Place, which was nearby, which is rather nearby, and I remember she bought me Enid Blyton's and Biggles books. I was thrilled to kind of have them in my hand, and it was an owner's pride for me for long years. So we also had some good food snacks at a restaurant. I don't remember which restaurant. Came back to Sheila and enjoyed the movie. Right. So that is how I grew up, watching movies, and if when I reflect now, I think it just got into my system, watching movies. And post 1977, when I finished my graduation, I could see that there was a change in my tastes. So in 1977, I had joined the Ministry of External Affairs, and I was in a job there. And I was doing law in the evening college, which was quite near my house at that time. So now there was a big bunch of friends in the law center, and the atmosphere there was different. It was highly intellectual people talking about abstract topics, politics, economics, movies, art movies. That was the era of art movies, and directors like Mrinal Sen, Gautam Ghosh, and Sham Benegal. I remember, these were the guys who were making movies which were not for the masses. So it was our hobby to watch these movies, thought provoking movies, and discuss and debate about them. So in this regard, no, I used to watch movies like Ankur, Nishant, Bhuvan Shom, Mrigaya, and many others. So then, 1980s was the phase when I got married. I had taken up a new job, and I was posted to first Jaipur and then Allahabad. So there I was alone for almost a year or so, and with plenty of time on my hands. So the only thing I would do was watch movies in theaters. In Jaipur, I remember you had that what mandir, some mandir was there. It was one of the pride of Asia, the movie hall. It was built by a diamond merchant or a jeweler or something. It was a lavish affair. So watching a movie there was a kind of a novel experience. So and then I got transferred to Allahabad, and I did a stint in Varanasi also. So in these places, I used to hunt for movie halls and watch movies almost like once a week or maybe more than that also. So then, when we were in Lucknow, the era of VCR and videotapes had begun. In fact, so that was a huge fad at that time. So we could rent movies, and you could rent VCRs also or own one. We somehow managed to own a VCR. So I joined a video library there, and I used to borrow movies from them. So the choice opened up. In fact, there was a lot of choice. So now I was introduced to the world of international global cinema. In fact, and I started watching French movies and all kinds of German movies and so many languages, Iranian movies and whatnot. So, and this was the time when my children were also, my daughters were growing up. So we used to go out for a lot of this commercial cinema also. Virtually, we used to watch all the major commercial cinema at that time, which used to release at that time. So when then my daughters grew up, we moved to Bombay, and then began the phase of this OTT, the streaming portals like Netflix and Amazon, Hotstar. Now I'm deeply immersed in movie watching, not only movies but series, documentaries, and a whole talk shows, a mind-boggling range of a variety of movies, documentaries, and cinema. In fact, in general. So, reflecting on this, I wonder now what kind of impact could cinema have had on me? Did it have any impact on me? I'm sure it must have. So, I am thinking on that. In the meantime, if you can find an answer, if you feel that cinema does have a major influence on our psyche, our way of thinking, our way of living, and our philosophy and outlook towards life, do chip in with your comments. I'd appreciate your participation. So, in the next episode, we'll talk about some other topic, some interesting topic for you and me. Till then, goodbye, and listen to the song I have for you for this episode. Bye.